Prohibition and the rise of organized crime. Prohibition, enacted through the 18th Amendment to the United States Constitution in 1920, banned the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcoholic beverages across the nation. Intended to curb social ills and improve public morality, Prohibition instead unleashed a wave of organized crime and corruption, transforming the landscape of American society. In this video, we explore the history, impact, and legacy of Prohibition and its role in fueling the rise of organized crime in the United States. The temperance movement, which advocated for the reduction or elimination of alcohol consumption, gained momentum in the 19th century amidst concerns about the social and moral consequences of excessive drinking. Led by religious and social reformers, the movement sought to address issues such as alcoholism, domestic violence, and societal decay through legislative measures. In 1919, Congress ratified the 18th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which prohibited the manufacture, sale, or transportation of intoxicating liquors within the United States. The Volstead Act, passed the same year, provided enforcement provisions and defined the parameters of prohibition, ushering in a nationwide ban on alcohol that would last for over a decade. Prohibition created a lucrative black market for alcohol, giving rise to a network of bootleggers, speakeasies, and organized crime syndicates that supplied illicit liquor to a thirsty public. Gangsters such as Al Capone in Chicago and Lucky Luciano in New York City amassed vast fortunes through bootlegging, smuggling, and bribery, exploiting the demand for alcohol and the weaknesses of law enforcement. The Prohibition era was marked by widespread violence, corruption, and lawlessness as rival gangs vied for control of the lucrative alcohol trade. Gangland warfare, turf battles, and assassinations became commonplace, leading to a breakdown of law and order in many cities. Police corruption and political collusion further undermined efforts to enforce prohibition laws, allowing organized crime to flourish unchecked. As the social costs of prohibition became increasingly evident, public sentiment turned against the ban on alcohol. The widespread flouting of prohibition laws, coupled with the economic hardships of the Great Depression, led to calls for repeal and the eventual ratification of the 21st Amendment in 1933, which repealed prohibition and restored the legal sale of alcohol. Prohibition left a lasting imprint on American society, highlighting the unintended consequences of moralistic legislation and the limits of government intervention in personal behavior. The era exposed the futility of attempting to legislate morality through prohibitionist measures and underscored the need for pragmatic, evidence-based approaches to addressing social issues. What was Prohibition, and why was it implemented in the United States? Prohibition was a nationwide ban on the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcoholic beverages in the United States, enacted through the 18th Amendment to the Constitution in 1920. It was implemented in response to concerns about the social ills associated with alcohol consumption, including alcoholism, public drunkenness, and family disruption. How did Prohibition contribute to the rise of organized crime? Prohibition created a lucrative black market for alcohol, leading to the rise of organized crime syndicates that smuggled, produced, and distributed illegal liquor. Gangsters such as Al Capone and Lucky Luciano amassed vast fortunes through bootlegging, speakeasies, and corruption, exploiting the demand for alcohol during Prohibition. What were some of the major challenges faced by law enforcement during Prohibition? Law enforcement agencies faced significant challenges in enforcing Prohibition laws due to widespread public disregard for the ban on alcohol, corruption within police departments, and the vast network of organized crime syndicates engaged in bootlegging and smuggling operations. What were some of the social consequences of Prohibition? Prohibition led to a range of social consequences, including the proliferation of illegal speakeasies, the glamorization of gangster culture, increased violence and organized crime activity, and a breakdown of respect for the law. It also fueled public resentment and contributed to a rise in political corruption and lawlessness. How did public opinion and the economic climate contribute to the repeal of Prohibition? Public sentiment turned against Prohibition as the social costs and unintended consequences became increasingly evident. The economic hardships of the Great Depression further undermined support for Prohibition, leading to calls for repeal and the eventual ratification of the 21st Amendment in 1933, which ended Prohibition and restored the legal sale of alcohol. Like the video and remember to subscribe to our channel.